So the first thing I ended up doing was with Junia. I used Judgment on the first person to lower the HP, soften him up and everything, because they have 2 of those things that make him survive Death's Door. I get Sightless Mizmud here, which gives him a token, and basically, that token will, if he gets 2 of them, he can, like, immediately, like, super heal a guy. So I'm trying to take out this guy in the front as fast as possible, because he does crazy damage, and if he gets healed, I'm kind of over. I use Binding Shadows on that, so there's a chance that I get an overwhelming power. I unfortunately don't. Now here I'm thinking about what to do. I go with Courageous Abandon because I have the attack buff, and that takes him down to below half health. Here I get Face Your Confession, which is making Paracelsus take some damage, stress damage that is. Of course, I take some stress damage up front. I miss the 50% chance on the dodge. I get a crit here with the bleed, which is actually it's probably the best thing I could have gotten. This I don't think that was the right move. I tried to go through the blind. It didn't work out too well. I mean, I did hit, but still, I shouldn't have tried to go through that blind. I use Sacrificial Stab here because it has Execution to get through his armor and kill him faster. And then here I use Disorienting Blast, which at first, when I was watching back, I didn't know why I did. But I think I did it because I have the Shield Bash. And I used my Shield Bash here. I think I used... No, not here. I think the reason why I brought him forward is because I wanted... Wait, here, hold on. So here we have, like, Illumination, right? Gets rid of his dodge. He can no longer dodge our attacks, obviously. From here, I want to go for Sacrificial Stab, I think? I think I did Binding Shadows, yeah. That's, like, the best thing to do there. Because then, I have a chance of getting the unchecked power token, which I just did, which powers up my more powerful moves. I get Enfeebling Mizmud, which is pretty unfortunate, and not much I can really do about it. Now here I'm debating whether I should go in for the kill or use Disorienting Blast on the guy in the back, and I think I actually went with Disorienting Blast on the guy in the back. And the reason for that is because... Now this is where the Shield Bash comes in, Rampart. So Rampart will do that, right there. It'll stun if the person is already dazed. So that was really good. I decided to use a Nemesis to kill the guy in the back. And then I use Judgment on this guy, and because of the bleed from a Nemesis, he should die here, yes. Therefore giving us a very clean and easy win. There wasn't much that went on there. I don't think I could have done much better. I think that was honestly, like, probably one of my best played games there. So now I'm just going to skip ahead to the boss fight here.
The stain gave way to incomprehensible emptiness.
Now this is where things get tricky. He will always move first here, and this turn will essentially always be him breathing in. And now that'll go to one of his 2 lungs, and it'll add something that, essentially, if I don't take that lung and de-inflate it, he'll have a much stronger damage. I use Deathcap Spores to try to get rid of some of his... I use Deathcap Spores to get rid of one of his things there, or one of his Death Door saves, which is very nice. That's why I brought it here. I used the Blood to get a nice juicy crit here. Now this is my first mistake. I should not have used Sacrificial Stab. I should have done the other one so that I had a chance of getting the power, because it doesn't have that much of a debuff to damage. Of course, I missed the bleed here, which is a bit unfortunate. That was not great, but obviously I can deal with it. So here I go for Rampart. Once again, I don't think that was the best thing to do, because the daze didn't particularly affect him. I think I should have gone for a more defensive option to get more of that defense and hopefully draw more attention to him. Now this is unfortunate. The Shallow Breath obviously went to the back this time. I don't have much of an attack for the back unless I get a Nemesis. So at this point, I realized I should have done Binding Shadows. Then I try to wrap it up here. I get 1. I'm not going to get enough this turn, obviously. Get another crit with Insurgent. He resists the bleed again, which is just very unfortunate. That was going to be a very big part of my plan. I forget to use the Deathcap Spores, which is a very fatal flaw. I should have used that. I just forgot I had it. Here, I should probably go for Defender, yeah. That way I can protect my main healer and still give me some defense in the front. The Blind Rage there, and because I didn't get rid of the lung, he does this, which is absolutely massive damage to everybody. At this point, I'm just hoping he gets the front lung. He does not, which is very, very unfortunate. I was wondering if I should go for the crit, but honestly, because he had the defense, I'd rather just go for that and try to get the curse thing, which I did. And thinking about Battlefield Medicine, I decided to go for Incision. I really should have used... Okay, so the reason why I didn't use that there is because he has a chance to get more power if he's... Okay, good, so I used that. Oh, he gets more power if he's not...
At last.
Yeah, he gets more power if he's on fire, basically. He gets more of those, like, power tokens. Okay. I do Courageous Abandon on that lung. Honestly, terrible idea. I mean, I guess Courageous Abandon can only hit the front, now that I realize, which is pretty bad, actually. I get crit here on the front guy, which is unfortunate. Because I didn't heal my Occultist, stress heal my Occultist, he's probably going to have a mental break here, which is going to affect us quite hard. Yeah. So this Meltdown is going to break down all of our trust. A Nemesis here should be huge, but I'm going to crit first and then a Nemesis, because that'll be absolutely massive. Forget about that guy playing TF2. I try to go for Indiscriminate Science, but I realize that Battlefield Medicine is technically better. It does heal stress on the other person, but also makes them not like him anymore? I don't know, pretty weird. Judgment there, I'd say that was a pretty fine thing to do, especially because it makes them have less attack. It sort of helps me with that crit, not taking too much damage there. Stand Fast here, I think... Yeah, I did that because it'll make Paracelsus less stressed, and also give me a good defense buff, which is kind of what we need at the moment. Now, right now, I need stress healing on my Man-at-Arms, which I don't think I can actually do. I don't think any of my people have, like, particularly good stress. Once again, I go for Sacrificial Stab here when I should have gone for the other stab. Honestly, very bad plays. I don't know why I looked at that. Divine Comfort, just to get everyone's HP up a bit. I think about using Indiscriminate Science here. I'm pretty sure I'd go for Causing Death. Oh no, I go for Incision. Finally, I get off that bleed with that attack, which is huge, because the damage over time on the bosses like this are incredible, because they take more than one turn per turn, so they'll take more than one tick of damage every turn, and thus that bleed will do more damage to them faster. Unfortunately, it gets off another Sundering Exhalation. I don't know why I didn't go for that lung. I guess I realized I didn't have enough firepower for it. That immediately puts him down to really low health. Also makes everyone else not like him. And we get a Shallow Breath here. Fortunately, this one's in the front, which is very good. I'm not sure what I do here, but I think the right play is to go Consecration of Fortitude. Actually, probably to Judgment the main one. Ooh, you should have Judgmented the main one, because then you'd get the attack debuff. And besides, I don't do that much damage. From here, I'm thinking Binding Shadows on that one, yes. That's probably the best I could do. Oh, but you Sacrificial Stab instead. Oh my gosh. I'm not using that to its full potential. I get a crit here, which is quite lucky, actually. Just, because if I didn't get that crit, I would have gotten off the Sundering Exhalation, I think. Courageous Abandon only hits that one. I don't know why I keep using it. That's really bad, especially because it gives me the weakness there, which puts me down to Death's Door. So here he has Deep Breath. This is what he does in Phase 2 when he's below 50%, where basically he'll do tons of damage and you have to get rid of both lungs, which is obviously very difficult. That was a good use of Ministrations. Make sure you don't die.
There is beauty in our imperfections.
Just trying to look at what he does. He has a lot of stress, a lot of knockback. He has high damage. And Wrath and Rancor can sometimes make people... Okay, so here I think Word Reconstruction is the best, yes. good play. I would have used it on the healer in the back, personally.
So intently from the abyss.
But honestly, I can see why I did it. I mean, I was kind of under a lot of duress, a lot of stress at this moment. I'd say don't heal the healer right now. I'd say go for Incision on, yeah. Okay, yeah, Incision on the ones, although it has 0% chance to...
Pray her convictions lent some
Ooh,
small comfort
okay.
in her
Yeah,
final
see, because it didn't heal with the occultist, the back person. Now she's dead. I managed to deflate 1 luck, so it's only a regular Sundering Exhale. But it's still really bad, making Paracelsus have a meltdown, and then her health goes down to the lowest it can, making this a lot harder now that our healer is down, and most of the, you know, creature's health is still there, while ours is definitely not. I was thinking about it. I think Indiscriminate Science was probably better here. I don't know why I didn't. Okay, I did. I should have used it on the Occultist, though. Because the Occultist is our main damage dealer. So at this point, we need to keep him alive. So not keeping him alive, I should have done the other stab move. I don't know why I'm so averse to using it. It's just so good in this. I mean, I haven't gotten off very many Nemesis. If I'd gotten off more Nemesis, I probably could have won this. That was a massive mistake on my part. Of course, the Rampart, trying to get rid of that lung, it unfortunately didn't because I had the attack debuff. So, from there, that's going to hurt a lot. Put 2 people down to death's door and get them even stressed.
interminable conflict.
So the reason why that stress damage is bad in the main fight, like even though they won't get any more, it doesn't matter how much they like each other at this point. The main thing that hurts there is that it'll always put them down to like their lowest health if they have a meltdown, and that's really bad because that means that no matter how much healing I output, they'll always be like on death's door. Why would I not use the Shadow Stab? Why would I not use the Shadow Stab? Okay, now I'm blind here. I should probably go for a defensive option because that's the case. Ooh, maybe command, actually. That's a good point. I really should have gone for a defensive option. That was really foolish. And, yep. Death blow.
To no avail.
I don't think there's much I could have done to stop that death blow, honestly. Except for healing him instead of the Man-at-Arms, which, honestly, I probably should have done. At this point, it's pretty much over. I'm just trying to, like, fumble, try to get as much damage as I can to hopefully squeeze out a win. I do the defensive option, which was dumb to do right there. I should have done just a defensive option on him, because I knew Paracelsus was probably going to die anyways. That was a huge moment right there to not get the de-stress, because if you'd gotten the de-stress, all that healing would have been gone immediately, but now you actually got healing, so that's perfect. It's splendid. At this point, I'm in the back row. Can't particularly do much damage. It's pretty much over for me. I don't think there's a single way that I could have won this at this point. I mean, near the beginning, there were many opportunities that I could have taken that I missed, and I think that's why I've lost. At first, I went away from this, like, not really learning anything. I was like, oh, I just got unlucky. But now that I'm looking back at it, there's a lot here that I could have done much differently to help with this. One of the main things being trying to get someone on the team that can attack that back row. Because there's no Arbalest in this game, it's really hard to get someone to hit that back row. So that's one move that I have not seen yet. Actually, I don't even know what that does. I don't think I check either, which is very bad on my part. At this point, I'm just trying to do damage, like I said, just trying to knock things out. I guess Sundering Exhalation, at this point, it's quite literally over. Like, no matter what. I mean, even if I somehow got, like, 2 more Resolutes here, I would not be able to kill this thing. And honestly, there's no guarantee that the stress goes up before my health, as you can see right now, dwindles. He's constantly applying the blindness, he's constantly applying the attack debuff, so there's really not much I can do. I'm very shocked he survived that one. So here, if you got a Resolute, that might be helpful, but, you know, obviously it would win us the fight, so it doesn't particularly matter. And right here's the Deep Breath. That basically finishes me off. Even if this one didn't kill me, which I predict it does. Yeah.
At last.
So that is the breakdown of that fight. I think that was actually a very, very interesting fight, because there was lots that went wrong that I could have fixed. So I got 68 candles from it though, so that's pretty good.
And you are finally
That's about it. See ya.
free.